I met Jim in '75 and on the Cher series. And I had just had a baby, so I was watching Sesame Street. Like, I'd be cooking and the baby would be sitting in a high chair and I'd have Sesame Street on television. I was one of the few who really knew who Jim Henson was at CBS. When he came on, I would hear people saying, wait, what are these puppets doing? What are we doing? Like, and I would sit there saying, you guys don't know who is in our studio? Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, Sweetums. I knew everything that they did. And so one of my jobs on the TV, which, as I said, I had a desire to write numbers, they let me, like sometimes they say you have 6 minutes to fill. Like out of 42 minutes, they'd give me a 3-minute or a 2.5 minute, 3-minute, whatever spot. And they say, okay, create something. Here's who the guest stars are. And they let me create what I wanted to do. Like when I had Anthony Newley on Cher and Tina Turner, I said, let's do a revival meeting, you know, like, because he did Hot August Nights, you know, so I could create. I was so lucky that they gave me that, but also I fulfilled it every week. You know, I came up with ideas that meant something. So when I had the Muppets on, Jim, there was a big character called Sweetums, and I knew his backstory because I knew who he was. So I said, let's have Cher sing something in the way he moves, and he's going to be in love with her, and he's going to walk from the back and destroy the set. Like, he's going to bump into everything and knock over pillars and knock over trees, and she'd be singing and not knowing, you know, something in the way. And he's crashing over the set. And then he finally gets to her, and that was kind of, like, as I said, everything for me has to have a story or a point of view, unless it's just hard, hot, solid gold dancing. So, but for a star, I like to have a point of view. So I created that. Then I did another funny number. What was it? It was Louis Prima and Keely Smith, and we had Let Old Black Magic, and we did funny numbers. So I created some really special pieces. So when it was over, Jim Henson actually asked somebody at the show who wrote those numbers, and they did not take credit. They were very sweet. They said our choreographer created the numbers, you know, and I didn't want to talk to Jim Henson. I mean, I did my job, but I would not like go beyond that. I wouldn't step on anyone's toes or anything. So, but we had fun working together, and I worked with Sweetums and Miss Piggy, and I created some funny things for Miss Piggy, and I knew her movements. I knew everything about, I didn't know everything, but I mean, I knew who they were. I didn't know what I later learned in life about them. But the bottom line is, he said to me, if we ever have any other TV shows, would you ever be interested in doing them? And I said, oh, of course, but I never thought I'd hear from him. And we didn't have emails or anything, but I did give him my phone number and said, love to, if it ever worked out. They asked me to do they called me and asked me to do the Muppets Go Hollywood, which that was my first Emmy nomination. Or maybe not my first, but I got an Emmy nomination for it.